Somewhere in ancient Mesopotamia almost 4,000 years ago, a scribe pressed a joke into wet clay. It survived wars, floods, the rise and fall of empires. Archaeologists dug it up, scholars translated it, and today we can finally read the oldest recorded joke in human history. Are you ready? Here it is. Something which has never occurred since time immemorial. A young woman did not fart in the lap of her husband. That is it. The oldest joke on Earth is a fart joke. 4,000 years of civilization, and we opened with flatulence. But hold on. Before you judge ancient comedy, look closer, because that little joke is doing something surprisingly clever. It is not just a fart joke. It is a joke about pretending. About the gap between how people act and what people are. The polite young bride, the perfect dignity, and the truth underneath. That gap is still the engine of comedy today. So what else made ancient humans laugh? A few centuries later, on another clay tablet, we find the world's first bar joke. A dog walks into a tavern and says, "I cannot see a thing. I will open this one." You are not laughing. Neither is anyone else. Nobody alive understands this joke. Scholars have argued about it for a century. Is it a pun in Sumerian? A play on a word that means both door and eye? A reference to some custom we lost? The setup survived 4,000 years. The punchline died with its audience. Think about how strange that is. A joke is a machine with a missing part, and the missing part is everything the listener already knows. We have the words, we lost the world. The ancient Egyptians left us jokes too. One papyrus asks, "How do you entertain a bored pharaoh?" Answer, you sail a boat full of young women dressed only in fishing nets down the Nile and tell the pharaoh to go catch a fish. That joke is 3,500 years old, and it would still get someone fired from a writer's room today. The Greeks went further. They did not just tell jokes, they collected them. A book called the Philologus, The Laughter Lover, survives from late antiquity. It is a proper joke book, with over 200 entries organized by the kind of person being mocked. The absent-minded professor, the miser, the coward, the drunk. One of them goes like this. A man complains to a scholar, "The slave you sold me has died." The scholar replies, "By the gods, when he was with me, he never did any such thing." That joke structure, the dodge, the technicality, the deadpan, is still being used on sitcoms right now. Here is the bigger question. Why does any of this exist at all? Laughter is older than every joke we have found. Much older. It is even older than language. Scientists who tickle apes, and yes, that is a real job, find that chimpanzees and gorillas make a panting, laughing sound when played with. Our laughter and theirs trace back to a common ancestor millions of years ago, which means humans were laughing long before anyone could say anything funny. Laughter came first. Jokes were invented later, as a tool to trigger it on purpose. And the recipe for triggering it has barely changed. Almost every ancient joke that survives runs on the same two motors. 1. Incongruity. The world suddenly not matching itself. A dog acting like a customer. A scholar treating death like a product defect. 2. Taboo. The things you are not supposed to say. Farts, sex, stupidity, power. The forbidden smuggled past the guards inside a laugh. Ancient comedians mocked their leaders carefully, teased their gods nervously, and made fun of their in-laws constantly. Sound familiar? The targets never changed. Only the costumes did. So what did ancient humans find funny? You. They found you funny. The pompous boss. The terrible husband. The student who fails the exam. Every character in their jokes is someone you have met. Strip away the togas and the clay tablets, and ancient comedy is a mirror, and the face in it is yours. 4,000 years from now, if anything of us survives, it will probably not be your emails or your spreadsheets. It will be something stupid, something rude, something human. It might be a fart joke. History suggests it almost certainly will be. Now you know.